All right, what's up, you guys? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday night. Brian here with another recap video. This time recapping what took place tonight on NWA Powerrr. Of course, the big match of tonight's episode was for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, as it was Thrillbilly Silas Mason defending the 10 pounds of gold against Tom Latimer. That was the main event of tonight's episode. So let's just get right into it. We in the opening contest saw Damian Fenrir defeat former NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion Alex Taylor. After the match, Alex Taylor would get on the mic and basically make excuses as to why he lost. He was not at 100%. He had just got married. So he had a leg cramp, a cramp in his leg, all this stuff, all these excuses as to why he lost. So that was it for that. There was a lot of promos. One from NWA World Champion Silas Mason talking about the main event. We saw one that took place inside of a video game store, where this guy was sitting behind a booth, behind a booth, and Daisy Hill walked up and was like, "Oh, my face should have been on that video game cover." And Daisy Hill was like, told the guy that, "I'm going to introduce the Daisy Hill Reign of Terror Open Challenge." There was another promo featuring Aaron Stevens and his Federation of Champions, which featured Mike Mondo, the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Slade, the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Carson Drake, as well as the Slime Balls, the current NWA United States Tag Team Champions. So that was pretty much it for that. Speaking of Daisy Hill, he was in action in his Open Challenge, which was accepted and won by Kerry Morton, who defeated Daisy Hill via roll-up. Then we heard from Wrecking Ball Legursky and JAC talking about their tag team match on tonight's episode against Mike Mondo and Slade. Then there was a Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch promo, which Trevor Murdoch talked about his match on tonight's episode against Tyler Stevens. We heard from The Lost, who cut a promo about Aaron Stevens and company and wanting to get revenge for what happened last week. They thought, and The Lost basically said that Aaron Stevens and company thought that the war was over, but it's far from over. Then we had Mike Mondo and Slade. They were in action against Wrecking Ball Legursky and JAC, and they were able to defeat Wrecking Ball Legursky and JAC via pinfall when Mike Mondo hit a version of the, not the lumbar check, but the where he had him in a fireman's carry and dropped him on his knees, rib first. So that was it for that. He actually pinned JAC with that one. We heard from Tyler Stevens talking about his match against Trevor Murdoch. We heard from the Country Gentlemen, who talked about their loss on last week's episode to the Slime Balls. Trevor Murdoch, he defeated Tyler Stevens with the Bulldog from the middle rope. We heard from the Pope and Mims, Big Strong Mims, talking about themselves being and they will be in tag team competition next week. There was a couple of other. There was two more promos. One featuring that would set up a match for next week between NWA Women's World Champion Natalia Markova and Giselle Shaw, and as they were talking to each other, they would be attacked by Tiffany Nieves and Big Greta of TVMA. And it was announced that next week that is going to be a tag team match. Natalia Markova and Giselle Shaw teaming up to take on Tiffany Nieves and Big Greta. And then the other one was Kenzie Page cutting a promo challenging somebody. I forgot who it was that she challenged. So that was it for that. And then in the main event of the show, Silas Mason was able to defeat Tom Latimer with the Thrill Ride to retain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in a match that was decent. It was actually really good. I think a lot of people were probably thinking, oh, Tom Latimer is going to regain the championship, but that was not the case, as Silas Mason put the critics to bed. As he defeated Tom Latimer to retain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. So that pretty much wraps up this week's episode of NWA Powerrr. I'm glad I was able to watch 2 weeks of it. I'm gonna try to watch it every week. So with that in mind, for those of you that watched tonight's episode, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. As always, this has been my NWA Powerrr recap. As always, I am Brian, and I will see you next time. See ya.